In this video, we're going to start using data frames and take a look at some of the stuff we can do with them. So we're going to use the tidyverse a lot. I'm going to load the tidyverse, and then I'm going to set my working directory where I have my scripts. I'll go ahead and Control Enter to show the working directory. But what I want to do is I want to read the batting data frame I want to read the batting CSV file into a data frame called batting, and we've done that before. So I'm just going to go session, clear the workspace. That's going to get rid of my environment. So if it's all mucked up or I've got stuff in there, a lot of times if I just want to go session, clear the workspace, that gives me a fresh start in terms of what things I have open and useful to work with. Well, so remember, our batting CSV file is in this Laman 2021 folder, which is not the working directory I'm in. So I'm going to have to do session, set the working directory, and set the working directory to the place where I have the Laman database, which is Laman 2021, Baseball Data Bank, and Core. So I'm going to set the working directory to there, and then I can read in batting. And you're thinking, man, that's kind of a pain. If I'm going to be reading in batting a lot and I don't want to always be in that working directory, one of the things that I could do is just take batting and do the read.csv command, and I'll use my double quotes, and I'm going to get that from below. This is the working directory down here at the bottom where I've got the Laman database. So I'm going to copy that, put it in here, and then batting.csv. So now I don't, anytime I want to read batting, I've got the full working directory. I hit Control Enter, and so now I don't have to mess around with setting the working directory each time if I know I'm going to be accessing this a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this data frame. We saw that we can open it here from our global environment, and we see the batting data frame has player ID, year, all these different variables for each guy for each year. So I can open it here. Another thing I can do is, and if you notice when I click on it, down here in the console, it does view batting. So I could, if I ever wanted to, just use the view batting command. That would be another way. So a lot of times when I start working with data, I want to at least get a feel for what it looks like in R. We talked about the str command. This str will tell us how everything gets read in. So R, if I don't do a lot of specification, it's going to look at the data it has in front of it and say, well, these look like integers. These look like integers, but actually, since there's so many missing at the beginning, sometimes you'll see it gets confused and makes it a character variable, and I have to change it later. But those will be problems we'll run into and worry about later. So I can use the string command that'll tell me about how the data is being recognized by R. So now how do we look at maybe more specifically? So we've got the slice command and the select command, okay? And I'm going to use what we call the pipe operator. And the pipe operator is like, if we think about sort of a verb, it's like the verb then, if then is a verb. I'm not exactly sure, because I'm not an English professor. But let's do this. We're going to take batting. And the pipe operator looks like this. The pipe operator is % greater than %. And I can type it that way, or I can hit Control-Shift-M. So I'm going to give myself a comment, and I'm going to say Control-Shift-M will insert the pipe operator for me. So I use that Control-Shift-M an awful lot. So I'm going to do batting, and then I read it like this. Batting then, so the pipe operator then. I'm going to say slice 1 through 3. So if all I do is that, I hit batting then slice 1 through 3, the slice command is just going to show me the first 3 observations in the data frame. So do batting then slice 1 through 3, and it shows me down below. The other thing I could do is the select command. Batting, Control-Shift-M, select 1 through 6. So notice what the select command does. The select command shows me the first 6 variables. So here was the first 3 observations, the slice. The select is the first 6 variables. I got to remember, if I find that the pipe operator's work isn't working, it's probably because I forgot to load the tidyverse into the library, because the pipe operator is a big part of the tidyverse. But let's do this. So what we can do now, batting, Control-Shift-M, will slice 1 through 3. So that's going to give us the first 3 observations. And then Control-Shift-M, then select the first 6 variables. So there we go. So it gives us the first 3 observations and the first 6 variables. So there it's my pipe operator. Where it can be particularly useful is when I want to, notice this is 110,000 observations with 22 variables. I might, I'm going to get data frames that are even bigger. I might want to have a data frame that is a subset of that. So I'll say trash. So whatever I do for after here, take batting, load it into trash, slice 1, say 1 through 10, Control-Shift-M, select 5 through 11. So notice what it does. It creates a new data frame that has 10 observations and 7 variables. We can open that up and we can see this is what the data frame trash looks like, which is just a subset of batting, which I created by using my slice and select commands.